Alright guys, in this case study I want to present you how I managed to earn my first million by dropshipping outside of America and other countries. This specific store I've run in Germany, specifically like the German speaking countries. So like Germany, Austria, Switzerland. That's where most of my traffic came from. And yeah, basically that's my stats. You see, obviously it's all real. I can reload it one time so you see it, guys. Yeah, so everything is real. Maybe I have to add some comments to the stats. So that's where we started. We had some shops before, but they made some little money. That's where we started, and here we scaled like. And also maybe I should add that our email campaigns and retargeting got better over time, so our return customer rate also rose over time. We've tried many apps, but in the end we have decided to only stay on the online store and just retarget the people with email marketing. The conversion rate was fine. We had some products that had over like 4 or 5%, especially like in the end. In the end, we found one winner product which was for summer, so that's why we made a lot of money there. Alright, so I will give you a short structure what I will teach you in this case study. First of all, I want to show you my main strategy, what I've used in this approach. Then I will show you how I found my winning products, how I translated everything, how Facebook ads have worked for me. I will show you the stats and at the end the conclusion. So let's go. Let's start with the main strategy. So I was quite sure, like I got all those ads from gurus and even from Shopify because they've launched a really big campaign on dropshippers to get a lot of dropshippers using Shopify for their own advantage. So I saw all of that and I saw this possibility of going into the dropshipping market, and I thought like, okay, maybe it only works in the American market. That's why I also have to go into this market. I've joined a lot of groups. I've been into a lot of YouTube videos on this topic, and I realized like since 2016 they were pushing a lot of content out, and even the groups had over 10k members in this time. And after like 2 months I was looking, basically I was asking my business partner if there's any German groups, and he showed me like 2, and both of them had like less than 500 members at this time. Now they are bigger, but it just showed me like so many people knew about dropshipping in the English speaking community, but not many in Germany where I was from. And the last approach was like we tested some English products and then we tested the same products in Germany and the German speaking countries, and they have worked 10 times better. So that was the realize we have to go into the German field. We think like nobody is going into the German speaking countries, so somebody has to do it. The main strategy was basically just copy what have worked in America, translate it and test it in Germany. That sounds so obvious, but I've not saw a single person who teaches that, or I never saw one blog article which describes like how to do it or just to do it. Everyone thinks like, oh, maybe that's like, I want to have like the big money. I want to go into America and play with the big sharks. That was not my approach. So what I've done is just to test a lot of products and afterwards build a German team, have a German customer support team, because it takes time like to reply all those support questions. just takes 6-8 hours a day, like for my current workers. Facebook ads, email marketing, and video team, I wanted to have them all on German. Maybe I'll tell later why it was maybe not the best decision and with whom I'm working currently. But for this on, let's go to the product searching method. So those are my main methods. Basically, the first method is to look at AliExpress and look if one product has over 10,000 products sold. So let's go to AliExpress for a second. So I will show you later this product. I've sold that many times. And here you can see if you select everything and order everything by the number of orders, that those products had 8,000, 7,000, 6,000 buyers, and most of those buyers are not like just single person. Most of them are dropshippers. So you can add up the number, and then you can realize, okay, if they have already sold it like 30,000 times, why can't you sell it for 1,000-2,000 times more if you translate everything? And 2,000 times to sell this product is already like, it depends, like I will show you the prices, but if we take like $30, it's like 6,000. It's a lot of money. Maybe as another example, you can go here, for example, to some sections, and I will just go to health and beauty, and then I will choose makeup and tools. I will sort everything by the number of orders, and here's the same thing. Like this product got sold 63,000 times. Cannot believe, like, I guess this product is really good. Maybe I should sell it. Yeah, let's go to the other things. So the next method is to search on Facebook by buy now. So most of the e-commerce shops have this, and look for 1 million views. So if I'm here now, I already typed it in, I can see all ads which have it, and I see already that those sites, because I also know those sites, they want to sell gadgets, those kind of things you can buy from AliExpress and sell it by yourself. All right, just go into their video, go on the website and check out what they do, because the next thing is that you get a lot of retargeting ads. So Facebook is smart. If people visit the shop which is related to the things that you like, for example, if Facebook finds out you like dog stuff, Facebook will show you a lot of dog ads, and by going into like all those sites, this shows Facebook that you are really interested in those stuff. So here I've saved some products they are really recent, so let's check out together if the products work or not. Alright, let it load. Here's the link. I've already opened up them before. Yeah, that's how the site looks. You can take over the pictures here. You can take over the text, modify it a bit. I mean, you speak English, just do it better than them. I will show you some examples later of my descriptions, because most of the time they have more to tell and more, like not only benefits but also some facts like this, right? I've already reviewed them. that's like the last strategy. Go to SimilarWeb and check out how many visits they have. So they have an average of 37,000 visits. And now that's my rough calculation. It also depends like on the niche, and I will tell you like this: if they have 37,000 visits per month, that means they make 37,000 revenue per month, roughly. I can tell you the main excuses to that. If they are, for example, in the fashion niche, they will probably have double that revenue, or maybe just 50% more. So they will have 60,000 in revenue. And if they have a high ticket product, like in my sense, it means the product costs $50, $60 or more, this number translates into 20,000 sales approximately. So they have to have 2 times more visits to have the same, this revenue. I guess it's even less. Like, it depends where the traffic comes from. If the traffic comes from Facebook, it's probably the half. But if the traffic comes from Google SEO, I guess it's even less. But it's just a rough estimate, right? And those guys are not dumb. If they run Facebook ads and it's not profitable anymore, they won't run it, right? How much money should they spend till they realize they don't make any money? This number just translate how much potential this product has. And even their stats, like, normally people just visit 1 site or 2, but if the guys who wants to buy this product visit 5 sites, that means a lot, and their bounce rate is pretty low. I want to show you something else. Like, you see they're only targeting the English speaking countries, so no Germany. Even if they target Germany, there are still a lot of German speakers which don't want to buy from an American site with dollars, because they think like they losing a lot of money on those exchange fees. Secondly, they feel insecure to buy from a site that is not in their country. Like, what should they do if they want to return the package? And this all translates to just having your site in German, because they can see what you're trying to sell. You can give them guarantees. They will just understand you better, right? They will understand the information better, and therefore you can have more trust. And you can even have trust symbols or payment methods that are only used in Germany. So the return on investment on that is 2 times higher than just target this country with an English ad and English shop. So all the traffic comes from social, some from direct, but I guess it's email marketing. And here you see that's like the only product they are currently selling, because people who saw the ad will probably not buy immediately. Like, not all will buy immediately, and most of them will search for the product again. So that's how you found out which products are currently selling extremely good for your competitors, if you didn't know that yet. Right. So those were my main strategies to find some hot selling products. I can literally tell you, if you use them, and you will also know all the winning products that have sold already 3 years ago in the dropshipping field. They are adding a lot of new winning products from the American market, so the market will never get saturated. Even if I tried out a lot of those products in Germany, France, and other countries, there will still come in a lot of new products every day from China, from Taobao, from those bigger sites, and it's always worth to test them out. Alright, so I guess now you may ask, like, how do I translate those things? First, I did it by myself. I'm pretty bad actually. I'm not the best writer. I'm more the structural guy. And my business partner were also not really fluent. But we did it by ourselves because we thought like, okay, we just want to be cheap and do it by our own. We want to know every aspect of our business by our own. Later, we hired by My Talent. So My Talent is a pretty good site for German-speaking VAs. You can get VAs there for 2.50 euro, €2.50 per hour. Then you have to add 25% for the company, but it's like €3 per hour, and that's pretty cheap. Like those people who are living in Georgia but speak German, that's absolutely great. Their minimum wage or average wage, I would say, in Georgia is like €300 per month. If I pay them €3, they will, and if they work 160 hours, it's even more, right? And most of them are like mothers or just people who want to go back to their country, live with their family, and have a stable online job. The same applies to Strandschicht. You pay a bit more there, but I found out that they have a lot of really good speaking German people. So there you get like the best translations. If you want to target the German market, that's what I recommend you to do. If you don't want to follow my belief, just type this in, just translate it from English to German and type it in, cheap German virtual assistants, and then you will find a lot of sites. With them I've worked together, but I don't know, I didn't find one VA that I liked. Here you get some other recommendations. Just check them out, and most of them are speaking English, and they know that some English speaker will also approach them. So just go ahead, just find them. Then one site that I just found it later because someone told me about this site. It's like a new startup which does a better job than Google. It's called DeepL. And with DeepL you can translate into 8 different languages. And it's amazing how good they translate. They don't translate only words, they translate whole meanings. So I will try to put in something on English and just see how many times this year changed. You see, it's changing continuously, like even the structure changes. That just shows you that the site is 2,000 times better. Like if they would add like one word per one word, that would just mean, okay, they translate it word by word, but they do a pretty good job. And I can tell you that just if you speak a second language, just try to do it like with an other language that is here, and just make the approval by yourself. I really recommend that site. And here you see you have the main languages from the major European countries. If you want to go into other markets like the Arabic countries or Thailand, I recommend you to use Google. They get better over time. They have also adapted the AI system. So the more people look for translations, the better the results will get. And I guess they will probably need like some more months or at least 1 year, and they will probably be as good as DeepL because they will gather more information in total. But just look for yourself. Like most people don't even read fully the website, and it's just important that you have the main aspects listed correctly. So try not to use any abbreviations from the English words, just and no slang, and then the translation will be perfect. All right. But here's the last thing, and I wouldn't recommend to do it now, but I've tested out to run a lot of those Facebook ads on, I mean, not only the ad copy, but even in the video ads, I'll try to use like German words. And on some products, the conversion rate rose on 30%, but on other products, it was like shitty. I don't know, like, I didn't test it out everything. Like, you cannot ask me any questions to this matter, but I can tell you that for certain products, people have more trust in you if you look like a foreign brand, or if you have like an international campaign, and if the people see your site but the site is on German, they will think like, oh, this company is like so international, they even have a branch in Germany, so let me check it out, and I think I can trust them, I will buy them. I don't know what's the excuse, but that's like my split testing. And I won't do it again because it just takes too much time just to translate also the videos. But I guess like what we are doing is just like having videos, producing videos which don't have any text in the videos. So we just have to filter out the ad copy, translate it, and that's it. That's easier. And most of the time for Facebook ads, the most important thing is just have a clear ad copy, a clear thumbnail, and in the first 3 seconds the problem has to be solved. A problem has to be shown and it has to be solved somehow. But let's go to the Facebook ads strategy. So that's the strategy that I'm currently using and what I'm currently also recommending. We have used this strategy the last 3 months when the shop was still hot. We always target broad. We don't do any targeting. We target from 21 to 65. Why? 65 plus. Because people who are younger, most of the time they don't have any money. Like you can also target then people who are 15, because most of the time they will have to ask their parents for approval. I mean, you cannot target people who are under 18 for the conversion purchase, but maybe for other conversions you can do that. But our strategy was like 21. We have gathered all the informations, and we saw like the cost per purchase for people who were under 21 was just like too bad, and we didn't have any customers in this range, so it was not worth to target them anymore. For the language targeting, I would say target not the country as you would do in the English speaking field, but target the language, and then target North America plus Europe plus you can also target Australia, but those are the main markets. So in Europe you will have Germany, Switzerland, Austria. I showed you that before, but German speaking people who live in America, most of the time they will have this money. So if you target them and if they live there, they will also buy. So you won't limit yourself to only those people who live in a certain country, but all people who speak that language. And if you have like people who live in Germany but they don't speak German since 5 years, I don't know, I think it's not worth to target them. And we also never saw like people who complain on the German shop on English language. Most of the time they speak German. Alright, the other strategy is 80% depends on the product. I always test like 2 creatives. If both not work, if the return on investment is not good, if the CPM is too high, the click-through rate is too low, then it's not worth to do it. I would rather like test a lot of products. I would rather like test 10 products and 2 will work, and that's like the statistics from Germany. Like I tested 10 products and most of the time like 1 to 3 have worked, and one of them was like a really good winner product. I would rather do that than to test a lot of like creators, because the market is not that saturated where you need to produce your own videos or do something totally different. And the last thing, I would always diversify, like having multiple ad accounts. You should have different shops with different languages, different payment accounts, because that's the thing. Like what happened to us, we got some ad accounts disabled. Some people actually didn't like our ads, so yeah, some ad accounts were shut down. But I show you some ad accounts I still have, or the statistics to it. So I just wrote everything down in this table here, so you see the statistics. So on this ad account we have spent 332 euros and got 90,000 purchases all in all. The strategy we have used was not the best at the start, so we have run a lot of different campaigns and we have used different conversion fields, but in the end we have found out like just use one, right? And maybe change the ad set over time. And even now, just use campaign budget. The Facebook is smart enough to find out by themselves with whom to target and whom not to target. If Facebook is not smart enough for that, I mean, use Google or SEO, right? So yeah, that's one ad account. The next one is this. We have used one for USD. Here the same, like some products sell really good, and I can actually show you this. So that's the same account here, 36,000. Here also 36,000. And yeah, just look at it. Maybe you will see something which is pretty important for you. Maybe I should say to the frequency, we don't do any retargeting ads now because we think Facebook will show this product anyways many times to the right audience. If they see, they will convert over time. And what we saw, that the exchange rate from dollars to euros is €1 to $1.30 currently, approximately. But on ad spend, it's the same. So realize that you're spending €1 and get 1,000 impressions, but you spend $1 and you still get 1,000 impressions. We have split tested that, and it's actually true. So since that, we try to have all our ads in USD currency. Just ask me in the comments if you didn't understand what I said currently now, but it's just like Facebook. They always try to push more their own people. And yeah, that's the last account. I have some other small accounts, but I think it's not worth to show you that, guys. Yeah, basically. Alright, that's it for the ad accounts. I hope you understand the Facebook ad strategy. If you didn't understood it fully, I would recommend you to check out my Facebook ads video to that, because I will explain there in details how I approach this and how I managed to have like really simple ads. I don't believe in like those complex structures and something like this. If a product sells, it sells. Facebook is nothing that has any magic behind it, something like this. 1 second, I will show you the stats to the shop finally. All right. All right, that's the overview. In the shop you saw that I had, yeah, same number. So here it reduces the returns, discounts and something like this. So maybe some things I have to add to this. Returns, like that's approximately 4%, I guess. I think it's pretty good. In the fashion niche, you will have like 10 to 30% because people always want to return their things. We are pretty open, like we give everyone their return, so we will have less problems with PayPal or Stripe. We use this discount strategy. People could buy like 2 things. Here, for example, people could buy like 2 things and get like 5% less, or 2 things and get 10% less. Transaction fees is clear. Advertising costs, yeah, that's the Facebook costs I showed you. Cost of goods, approximately one fourth. We had Shopify Plus. I don't know. I don't want to mention anything to that. Just check them out. They have some good resources. You pay for that $2,000. You get an own manager, who helps you with all the stuff. He has a lot of stuff. We had actually a really good guy. He helped us a lot with the shops. He showed us where we had some mistakes, where we could improve things. Yeah, in the end we didn't use many apps. Like, I guess like in the first months we have spent a lot on app costs. Like here, no. Yeah, like you see, that's where we started Shopify Plus, and then we have added some apps, but it's not worth. The most important apps that are worth to take are maybe Trackify, an upsell app, and actually I have to do a video to that, so stay tuned. There are like 5 apps which you might use, which are really good, but if you make enough money, I would just hire a programmer and program them myself, because they always reduce the speed on your site, and it's not good. That's why the conversion rate actually was so bad in the first place at our site, and now the site is like super lean. Like, you see that, but I will show you that after the stats. So customer support, copywriting, product research, all the tasks which our VAs had. Yeah, that's the maximum cost. I think that's not a lot of money. Like, when we have like people who work from €3 to €10 for us, I guess it's like pretty good. We took over the most like smart tasks, but maybe we'll hire like smart people later when we have a even bigger company. But for now, like, we have to decide what we're trying to do. So if people tell you like, oh, don't be cheap on this, don't be cheap on your employees, it's not cheap. Like, they're earning a really good money for the place they are currently living, first, and the second, most of the processes are like repetitive work. So if you set up a KOP for that, an SOP, a standard operation procedure, then you can automate that. And I would not even hire people, I would just automate that with softwares. So we have set up, for example, for the emails, Zendesk, and it's so easy to manage all the emails with the software. Unbelievable. I can't just believe that one software can do so many things. But for like product research or customer support, most of the emails we still need some people to work in. Yeah, that's the main profit. I hope that's enough for you guys. On some shops we are currently making 30%, on some others we are still making 20%. That's approximately what you should like calculate if you try to do something. And maybe to the small statistics, so we have started here, we did some small money, we didn't spend much here. We had actually, in the beginning, we didn't spend much on Facebook ads, I guess, here, and then some bad months happened and we spent it and we didn't know what to do here. The profit was really bad. Even in December, like that was actually that's the best month in e-commerce to run ads, but we just didn't manage to do it. But after time we set up our systems, we hired some people, our margins rose, and that was May. Best month for this shop. And here you see like we had all the people working in this month, and May was just like absorbing. I think in March or April we started to run some other shops like in the Netherlands and France, so we also focused on them, but that was like the scaling time. Alright. Here I will show you like some products we have run. So those are like, I guess everyone saw this product. It's one typical dropshipping product. You see like the description is pretty simple. Here's like the emotional text. Then you will have some product details and what they get. I didn't put benefits here inside because I guess, no, that's the benefits, right? Here's the sites. That's super important. You have to know which payment methods are working for the Germany. PayPal, credit card. We didn't use Amazon Pay, we just put it here. And support. But let me add some comments later to that. And yeah, that's like the links. That's another product. We did it pretty simple. Like you see that it's not really complex. The site looks really clean. And if you know a bit about the customs, like especially in Europe, people want to believe a site. They want to have like structure, like site. They don't want to have like a lot of flashy things, a countdown timer, a lot of colors. What do you like? I mean, you saw that before on this site. They have all this shit. If Americans buy from those sites, it's okay, but we have tested that, and just to have a lean site is 2,000 times better. That's also a product. You can actually test these products. Those are not my special like winning products. Those products have sold like for the last 3 years, always, like just like an evergreen product. Just test them out in some other markets and gain some profits. All right. So what's the conclusion over this? The first thing is payment is pretty easy. Like 70% pay with PayPal, 20% pay with credit card. As an American or anywhere else in the world, you will get those payment methods most of the time. Like if you don't get Stripe, you can look into Checkout X with BlueSnap, or you can look into 2Checkout. There are many payment providers for this, and I've done a list on all of them. Actually, there are a lot. Stripe is actually just the biggest one of all of them. And I wanted to tell you this, so 10% pay with support. And I guess you can get as an American or European this payment method. But in the end, this 10% also won't matter. You will get maybe 10% less conversion, but it's just an additional thing. Also, what you might have to know about the German speaking countries, they have like this payment method called pay at cash, like pay afterwards, or bank transfer. Bank transfer is easy, but most of the people who buy at your shop won't pay in the end, so you have to like send them reminders on email, and you have to just live with that 50% of the people who buy with this payment method don't pay in the end. And with cash on delivery, you have to have a service which gives you this option, because you cannot do it by yourself. It's just not possible. And you have to also calculate the liquidity in your company. So if you like pay upfront for the product cost, he delivers it and the customer don't pay it, it's just bad for you, right? But still, I just wanted to add that normally 40% of Germans pay with this option. So if you can include that in your shop somehow, you will get a return on investment of 3-4 at least on every product you're running. But for now, 2-3 is still good in Germany, and the market is not saturated. There are coming a lot of new dropshippers in, but it's not saturated. The same applies for other markets. Like we have tested in France, Spain, Italy, Netherlands. That was the first point where we started, when we saw that in Germany it works, and they all work. They're all pretty good. Now we are testing markets, or already tested, like Norway, Israel, the Arabic countries, Thailand, Malaysia, Chinese who are living abroad, Spanish speaking. Do you know that the second biggest region in the world where Spanish speaking people are in America? Just try to target them on Spanish, right? Have the currency dollars in your shop and target them on Spanish. It's amazing what you will see. And you don't have to target always the rich countries, right? You can also target Mexico, Argentina, Chile. They are also converting. You have to look for the payment methods that they are using. You have to get them. You have to compare the sites, the biggest sites. Just adapt what they have. Try to do everything the same, and then you are the only person who's making money in this country with dropshipping. You don't have any competition. When we found out, in America, it was yeah, we are starting to run one product, and I mean, we are still running some campaigns because we are now on a high level. We are still running them in America, but what we see is most of the time, after some days or 1 week, the CPM rises, and we always thought, what's the problem? What do we do wrong? But what most people told me, in Bangkok from my network, is that people steal the product, and if 2 people run the same ad, the CPM will just rise, and you will not have nobody will benefit from it. And the same is also a bit true for Germany, but most of the other dropshippers are copying after 2-3 weeks. So if you can scale it pretty fast, you won't mind that fast. The game is not that hard currently in Germany or other countries I've mentioned before. And the last point here, testing over knowing the market. I thought okay, I know the market, I know what they want, but actually I don't know nothing. Data knows, right? Data knows. And especially in the beginning, don't worry, just test. You get some points, you get some data, you get some product method research. Just use that and test a lot of products. If you tell me you have tested 100 products and you didn't find one winning product, I guess like either your strategy is false or you're just stupid. Like from 100 products in some unsaturated market, like 10, 20, 30 have to be at least some winning products. And don't worry about like the size of the country. Like the country can be 100 times less than the English speaking market, but if you have this market, you can automate it. You can build a team which will target the country one time, and then it's like passive income. You can have like 10 products then in the end and make the same money as someone who dropships in the English speaking countries. The same is true if you like calculate the risks. So Facebook has got really strict on dropshippers in America. Like people can supply for e-commerce shops a customer like review, and if you get a lot of bad reviews, like if they give you 0 points, they will shut down one of your Facebook sites. A lot of people who know this thing happened, and they're not really, they can't do anything about that. The only thing they can do is go into the unsaturated market, because as long as the market is unregulated, you have a lot of options, right? So with this in mind, write me some comments, ask me some questions about what else is true about unsaturated markets, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next video.